Hello, welcome to a new video, another random mini dungeon today, and the list I made back in May, I'm really getting through now. I didn't actually think I would carry on with this for as long as I have, but not too many left, so we'll see where that goes. Just a quick reminder, the first 10 dungeons are available as a zine, which you can get from oddartworks.com. You can also get other maps that I've done, original artwork, all that kind of thing. All the prompt lists and the artworks are in the zine, so oddartworks.com is where you go to get that. I will probably make another zine of the next 10, and if the series continues to do well, I will continue to make zines and videos based on random mini dungeons. Okay, let's see what we get today. So D20 roll of a number 4, which gets us, as you know by the title, the Dragon's Lair. Quite excited about this one. Love doing dragons. So our door is carved. Could be interesting. Our special features are dragon eggs and a sleeping dragon. So good to have a dragon in there. Our other stuff, unusual stuff, is a ritual site and an ancient statue. And our regular things are a bubbling pool, kobolds, and gold. And our exit, no way out. So that's kind of good. We don't have to think about an exit, which is nice. Okay, let's get on with it. So I did a very quick kind of isometric kind of block out, which you saw me do in the last video, and just working on that carved entrance. I kind of wanted it to be quite foreboding. I didn't want a door as such, more of like a hole in a cliff face. And I like the bubbling pool made me think of lava and things like that. So I wanted these kind of demonic skulls kind of spewing lava out of at the entrance, and I wanted a bit of humour. Normally I don't do anything at the entrance, so I kind of wanted this adventurer going in and he's losing his footing. I didn't really have much of a plan as to why he was losing his footing to begin with, but we do get there, don't worry. I love drawing lava. It's so easy to draw. It's essentially snot with dark bits in it, is how I've always thought about it. And yeah, just inking the adventurer now. I do end up changing his cloak when I get it into the computer, and just trying to make that cliff look like it really is on the edge of like the side of a mountain or something. He's really had to climb to get here. It's been quite an ordeal. And at this point I had no clue on the narrative. Really just trying to think about how to mechanically make this kind of space work. By procrastinating with my inking and doing lots of work on the entrance like I always do, where I'm trying to get my head together to try and work things out. But yeah, and just kind of thinking about the textures I'm using, like the rocks, and how I'm going to put shadow in, which is what that little mark at the side is. And just really trying to make it kind of work, like, you know, yes, we've got the carved aspect, but it's still kind of on a cliff face, and trying to think about how that works as like a cross section, so working that out. And then I decided I'd have the kobolds kind of protecting the entrance by throwing a spear into the bold adventurer who's kind of just climbed this huge mountain to get there. And to begin with, I kind of thought, the kobolds must be agents of the dragon that lives here, and I changed my mind a little bit later on, which I'll talk about when I get there. And a little kobold peeking out behind the rock there. Maybe he's not quite as bold as his friends, and just trying to fill in all the little gribblies and details on the ground, just to kind of make it feel rocky and like it is inside a cave. Little details like that really help sell the image, so you can get away with a few mistakes if you get all that right. And yeah, just filling in the rock work there, making it look good and three-dimensional, which is what we want. And then the ritual circle. So I decided I wanted to put a dragon's egg, so this is how I got the egg into it, and I kind of had these cultist kobolds kind of performing a ritual, and this is where I decided the kobolds weren't on the same side as the dragon. They want the egg for their own nefarious means, because I always think of kobolds as like almost dragons. They really want to be dragons, but they're kind of little and weedy, so they want to be better, and maybe this egg is one of their ways of kind of getting there. I think when I put kobolds in the mine, somebody said I don't pronounce kobolds right. Do you pronounce it kobolds? Like cobalt? I suppose that makes more sense, but yeah, I've always said kobolds, so I'm going to continue to say kobolds. I've said kobolds quite a lot in this video now. And yeah, just get a spell book there, making sure everything kind of fits. I changed the scale for this one. Normally everything is a little bit larger on these maps, but I decided I'd challenge myself with the kobolds and the adventurer, which would make the dragon a bit easier, so I could do him kind of, or her a bit bigger. And then a few more eggs in the corner there, so maybe the kobolds have not been so successful with their ritual and they're kind of going through all the eggs of what's going on there. And again, all those kind of details on the floor, just trying to tie it into the fact that it is a cave. Another warrior kind of standing by. I kind of like the idea that it's like a war band of kind of these creatures, and they're working as like a pack to kind of keep things going. And then I started to think about the bubbling pool, and I really want this to be a lava pool, but I was struggling to think about how we could have kind of lava falls coming from the ceiling, so I kind of created these kind of like this kind of cave top that you can't quite see how it joins up with the lava kind of streaming down into that pit. And boy did I get bored of doing rock texture in this one. I think it's good, it really makes the image work, but oh, it's tedious, it's so tedious. But you know, I can kind of turn my brain off when I'm doing that, which is quite good. And then again, the bubbling pool, I'm just making sure I get the bubbles in there. And then when I do the lava, I end up just doing kind of, much like the other one, I do these great big dark bits and then light bits. And you'll see when I do the 3 tones of grey on it, I also add like a white layer in with the greys. It kind of really makes it, really sells it as something like viscous, like lava, and things like that. Okay, and on to the main event. I started to think about the dragon, and this is where my narrative came in. So I had the ancient statue and the dragon is asleep, and I kind of thought maybe this is a female dragon who's been asleep for a very long time and is gone to sleep because she's very upset, because I think she fell in love with a mortal, and I think I decided it was an elf, so a mortal who lives for a long time, but a mortal nonetheless. And this person did great things, statues were erected in their honour, everything, but they still died, and the dragon's very upset, so she went to sleep, and I like to think she's been asleep for a few centuries, and the kobolds are raiding her lair for the eggs, and the adventurers are coming in for the treasure, and she is just asleep, kind of minding her own business, which I think we'd all like to be most of the time, wouldn't we? We'd all like to be asleep when all this chaos is going on. But yeah, I kind of thought I kind of like the 3 narratives going on there. One of them kind of a bit sad, like a tragic fantasy story, really. So that's quite good. Great fun doing statues and dragons. Kind of reminds me, I potentially have a video series all about dragons. I don't know whether I'll be doing it in the new year. I might save it for the new year, which is only 2 months away now. But yeah, let me know if you'd like to see a series on dragons, because I've been working on a project that I can't really talk about at the moment because it's with a publisher, but hopefully they'll let me make some videos about it, because it's quite a big project and it would really give me a lot more time if I could also make videos about it. But yeah, trying to get this dragon's face right. Kind of quite pleased with how it turned out. I think the dragon doesn't look necessarily evil or malicious, just worn out and tired, and kind of fitting in that narrative I was kind of thinking about. I like that the dragon is kind of more like a snake-like creature, a worm, like coiled up around the statue. I felt like that was quite important. I really enjoy doing kind of shapes like that, and it's not a conventional kind of dragon shape in the spirit of like D&D and things like that, so that was quite nice to do. Then just putting in all the darks of the shadows, and I was kind of thinking most of this part of the image would be a bit darker than the rest, like the light is coming from the lava and the entrance, and not so much getting to the back of the layer here. And yeah, all these little kind of marks, they're all designed just to show the kind of curvature of the dragon's shape a little bit, which kind of hurts your brain when you're trying to work it out in coils and things like that. But well, it hurts my brain anyway, but I don't think it takes too much to hurt my brain these days. And yeah, just getting that kind of big arched back in there, and the kind of creased up, crinkled wings. I think these wings are huge in order for this huge, very long dragon to fly, and just getting a bit of texture in there. Yeah, I think we're almost getting there with it. Yeah. Just filling in a bit of texture in the back. Kind of not sure how much of this is going to be shadow. I think I end up doing a lot of that as shadow to make it kind of work. And then the big fat smelly pen comes out, and it really was smelly today. I don't know what, I think I'd left the light on or something and it heated up a bit, and yeah, it really stank, but it's a good smell. It's probably not a smell that's very good for you, but you know, there we go. But yeah, so big fat smelly pen, being careful to do one side first so I don't put my hand in it and smudge it everywhere, which I am prone to do. In terms of how long did this take, I think including kind of tea breaks and stuff, it was about an hour and 15 minutes, which was good. Obviously colouring it takes a bit longer, and editing the video as well, but the actual drawing and the idea, which you know I made up as I went along, about an hour and 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so not too bad. And yeah, we're almost done, so just getting all those darks in. I always find this kind of brings the drawing really kind of seals it in my mind a little bit. It feels finished once I've done all the very dark parts. So yeah, I feel good about this. So just moving up so we can have a quick look at the whole thing before I scan it. Obviously I've got a lot of things to rub out before I scan it in, but I typically wait about an hour for all that ink to dry so I don't smudge it, which I've done before, which is never good. So there we go. And there's the scan. Not too much to fix actually, not as much as I thought. Once I'd done all the rubbing out, I thought I'd actually been much more careful than I'd remembered being. And this is my fixed version, so all I've done really is I've made the whites whiter and the darks darker, and I've intensified some of the shadows. The only thing I really changed was the adventurer's cloak. I just moved it from under his legs to going out the back, and just added a few more shadows to bits and pieces here, particularly around the statue and the dragon. And then my 3 tones of grey really brings it to life. Really pleased with this kind of section of the piece. So you can see I've really tried to keep the dragon as much dark as possible. A lot of light on the lava and a lot of light kind of at the entrance a little bit. Then my base colours. Colours was tricky with this. I don't tend to think in colours. I try and think in temperature. I want this to be quite a warm image, but I want the entrance to be quite cool. I made the kobolds blue, and the dragon kind of blending in, and the gold looks like hay at the moment, but I promise you it does look like gold in the end. I hope it does anyway. And then I went in with the effects, which kind of made the colours a little bit better. I calmed the colours down on the statue because it was getting a bit too dark. But you'll kind of see I made the gold kind of glisten. The lava kind of has this kind of fire-like glow to it. I calmed the blue down on the kobolds a little bit. And there we go. The last thing to do is just give it a title, The Dragon Slayer. And there's another random mini dungeon done. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed that. Like and subscribe, share it with anybody. And as always, a massive thank you to all my patrons. If you're able, feel free to join the Patreon. It all helps me make these videos. And I will see you on the next one. Take it easy folks. Bye now.